Welcome to Inspire and Move, the show that inspires you to create, connect, and grow. I'm going to bring you meaningful conversations, aha moments, and all the motivation you need to up-level every part of your life. I'm Ali Aruda, founder of Inspire and Move, and your personal hype girl. I've gone from fashion school to celebrity stylist to corporate marketing to brick-and-mortar entrepreneurship with my husband, each time learning incredible lessons how to pivot, reimagine, and implement the steps to become successful. I'm passionate about inspiring others to live their best life, a life of joy. We have the power to design a life that we love, because life is too short not to. The best part is that you weren't meant to do this alone. If you feel like you are meant for more, let me ride shotgun with you, and together, let's get you to where you want to go. Hey, you guys. It's your girl here. We have just a solo quickie because I wanted to hop on the mic today about something that I had come over me as like a complete download this morning. And that was all about setting yourself up in a way that you can operate at your best for the rest of your day. And I want to provide some context because you might be thinking like, what the heck is she talking about? But Matt and I are in such an exciting and expansive and really busy season right now. And I really try not to use the word busy because I feel like it is so overused. And I am so mindful so often when people ask about, how are you? How's your day? Absolutely, my answer would be busy. But I just feel like that is such an eye roll type of a word to use. And so I always try to find more descriptive ways to respond to that question. But for the purpose of this conversation between me and your earbuds or wherever you're listening or watching, is we are really busy right now. And we have taken on some exciting new opportunities and roles. I now have daily Zoom calls. I was never this girl. And I know it's 2026. Welcome to the party. But I love them. They are so fun. But it also requires a different type of energy, especially when you are stacking that into a day full of a lot of different things. So for me, it is crucial that I start my day in a way that is going to set me up for success. Now, don't get me wrong. I love consuming content from people that I love and admire, thinking of like an Alex and Layla Hermosi, a Dan Martell. We're not yet friends, but the time will come. I love seeing them post their days in their lives. And I saw, for example, that Alex and Layla Hermosi, they start their day with deep work. And I really respect that. And I think that also comes down to knowing yourself of when are you the most creative or strategic. It depends on your type of work and what is required of your brain, your energy, creativity. Are you a visionary? And knowing that. But for me, that is not the morning. I need to start my morning with a little bit of mindfulness. And I really enjoy a slower, quiet morning that Matt and I will have with our dogs. In a perfect world, it is reading and gratitude, maybe even journaling, but I also don't have 2 hours of a mindful morning. And some mornings, it actually might just be like 15 minutes to have a coffee together and kind of a sync up of the day. That's also really important for Matt and I. But the big priority of the morning start is movement. And that's where I got this download today where I was like, I need to share this with my people. And I know if you've been listening to the show for a while, or if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that movement is very important to me, especially since Matt and I own a brick and mortar gym, that we are all about, community, absolutely, but also the accountability and the consistency piece. Because how you do one thing is how you do everything, in my humble opinion. And for me, I need to start my day that way. And the priority of having movement in my day is going to set me up for success. But more than that, it's just going to be able to allow me to pour into myself so that I can pour into others. So for example, again, to give you some real-time context, right now I am in a 4-week semi-private training program that I'm running at Benchmark. I've got 6 amazing girlies, some that have trained with me before, some that are training with me for the very first time, and it's the best. I'm having so much fun. I had retired from personal training one-on-one back in the fall. So I got to kind of dust off my training hat and get back in action with a group of 6. And it's really, really fun. I love challenging them and I love seeing the progress and the wins. And that is now how I start 2 of my days in a week for this 4-week program. So pouring into them first, but then pouring back into myself because I have a full lineup for the rest of the day. And so I was on the treadmill today for my cardio days. I do that 2 times a week. And also, if you follow me, you'll know that I recently was able to add running back in since spraining my ankle. Very exciting. and I was doing my intervals. And then I like to also include a cold plunge on my cardio days. And if you cold plunge, you know that it's hard. It's not really enjoyable getting into a giant tub of cold water, or if you're in ice bath, then it has ice and cold water, but it makes you feel fucking great. And yes, it makes me feel really skinny in the moment, but the bigger thing is it makes me feel mentally strong. And it's a wonderful example of how we can do hard things when you just put your mind to it. So I was able to have my day start with a quick coffee with my husband and my dogs, and they're always so snuggly in the morning, being around these 6 amazing women, and then doing 50 minutes of cardio that really got me. Like, I had a good sweat. I listened to great music. Sometimes I'll listen to podcasts. Today was a music day for me. I think it's the whole like getting back into the running vibes. And that good sweat and endorphins, followed by a cold plunge. And when I was drying myself off after the cold plunge, I realized that I'm proud of myself for making sure that I am dialing these things into my day, because this is going to make me a better leader, a better entrepreneur, a better wife, friend. I go back to the gym tonight to teach another class, and there's been a whole bunch of other things that have happened in my day. But doing these things for me allow me to be better in these other areas of my life. And so that is what I wanted to share with you guys. I love learning from people that I love. I love knowing about their daily habits and rituals and things that they do to make them who they are. So I wanted to do the same for you. I wanted to share this, but I also wanted this to be the invitation for you all to think about, what is it that you want to do, or what do you need to do so that you are a better person in your life and business? And not necessarily like you have to be a better person. Please don't hear the message that way. But should you want to be better and you want to, have this commitment to yourself to be this best version of who you are and how you show up for the people in your life and for your business, whether it's brick and mortar, product, service, experience, we can all take the same advice. Allow this to be your invitation to have a little reflection moment to understand what it is that you need. And even the order in which, if you are someone that feels like you would maybe benefit from starting your day with quiet, whether it's mindfulness or deep work, make that a priority. And maybe you were someone who was trying to get to the gym at 6 a.m. because you thought that that was what you needed to do. But maybe you're someone who actually would love a 9 a.m. workout. Obviously, it depends on your schedule and what you do. But for my entrepreneurs out there, this is an entrepreneurship podcast. So let's talk to my entrepreneurs here for a second. If you have the flexibility to build your day however you'd like I have some friends that crush their days and their workouts are like 3 p.m. So you almost want to build around your zone of genius and your zone of being excellent. So if you would really benefit from that deep work time for, let's call it 2 hours in the morning, move your day around. Try something new. I also get a flow state in the evening. I am so fortunate that Matt is the cook in our house, and he is an excellent one at that when Matt is downstairs cooking dinner, my office in our new home is now upstairs, very cozy, and I will get a good about an hour of deep flow work time. Sometimes I'm creating content. Sometimes I'm recording a podcast. Sometimes I'm doing admin work for our businesses. It obviously is different every single day, but I actually enjoy that time. And I'll have, a sparkling water or a mocktail. And if it's like a Thursday or Friday, maybe there's sometimes a glass of wine in there. But I really look forward to that. And it does not bother me that I might be working at 6:30 or 7 p.m. I get to do what I love, and I get to constantly create new income streams and new opportunities for us, and always want to grow and evolve and work towards that dream life that we have at our North Star. That is what we're working towards. And I am not ashamed of being a high achiever and someone who wants to work really hard. But in order to be that, you also have to take care of yourself and do what it is that will set you up for success in the day, in the week, and really long term. And it will allow you to play from that point of consistency. And consistency is really where the magic happens, whether it's in your business, it's in your workout routine. Motivation is one thing, but consistency, that discipline, that is what is going to make you better and what is going to move the needle. So that is what I have for you today. Short and sweet. And again, this is your invitation to reflect on how you set up your day and what it is that you prioritize doing first. And if this resonated with you and you have to, move some things around, DM me. I'd love to hear. I love knowing these things about people, especially people in my community, in my network, and I would just love to know. So please feel free to share. And I'm sure many of you know this already, but the doors are officially open for the 6-week Visibility Accelerator. We start on Thursday, March 19th. The calls will be at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. The lineup, I have not shared this yet on Instagram. It is on the website, which will be linked in the show notes. The guest speakers in this program are freaking fire. I had not one, but 2 free visibility masterclasses. And the chats were lit on both of those calls. But it was when I shared the slides about the guest speakers that it was like the roof just popped right off. So if this is your year where you want to be more visible and more seen, especially to be able to help and impact more people and then ultimately make more money, then you are going to want a seat at this 6-week table. And this is your invitation. Look at this, 2 invites in one podcast. How lucky are you? All the information will be in the show notes, and spots are limited because it is a intimate container. So I say this with love that, hey, there might not be a spot, but please go check it out. We would love, love, love to have you. I am so excited about this program. I have been working on this since November. I dreamt this up back when I was in LA in November, and it's going to be so amazing. And the women that are in this program already, they're so, so great. So this is your invitation. We would love to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah! See you soon. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, it would mean so much to me if you took a few seconds and shared this on social media, sent it to a friend, or left a 5-star review. There is power in community, and I'm so grateful to have you part of mine.